কলকাতার এক ব্যবসায়ী সম্মেলনে বক্তব্য রাখছেন প্রাক্তন রাষ্ট্রপতি রামনাথ কোবিন্দ। সরাসরি চোখ রাখবো সেদিকে।
On behalf of the 122-year-old Merchants Chamber of Commerce, a chamber which has done yeoman's service to the cause of business in this part of the country. Our constitutional ethos forms the set of beliefs or ideas that become fundamental to governance, which we have to uphold in order to achieve the ideals and aspirations of our founding fathers and create a harmonious social order. Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. The ethnic, linguistic, and religious diversity of India is the soul of India. It is one of the most noticeable characteristics of Indian civilization and the great strength of our composite culture. This vibrant, multi-hued, multi-dimensioned, rich tapestry that is India sets it apart from the rest of the world and has kept it the same for thousands of years, in spite of the series of aggressions for no less than another 1,000 years. Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed privileged and proud that none other than the former President of India, the Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovind, and Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose, Honorable Governor of West Bengal, two most important thought leaders, two most important upholders of our sacred constitution, are here for an exclusive session. For an exclusive session on the ethos of Indian Constitution, unity in diversity. May I now request that Shri Namit Bajoria does some honors for us. We will present a flower bouquet to our former President, the Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovind. May I request Shri Lalit Beriwala, Senior Vice President of the Chamber, to present the shawl to Honorable former President of India. Shri Lalit Beriwala. May I now request Srimati Preeti Sureka, Shri Namit Bajoria and Shri Lalit Beriwala all together to present the memento to the former Honorable President. May I request Srimati Preeti Sureka to present a flower bouquet to Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose, our Honorable Governor. Srimati Preeti Sureka is our Vice President. May I request our President Namit Bajoria to greet Honorable Governor, sir, with the shawl. And may I request all three of you, Ma'am Preeti Sureka, Namit Bajoria, and Lalit Beriwala, to present the memento to Honorable Governor, sir. আপনারা যদি সামনে একটু ছেড়ে দেন সবাই দেখতে পায়। Thank you. I shall now request our President Mr. Namit Bajoria for his opening and welcome address.
Thank you, Biplab. In fact, before I start, our ex-president was praising about your voice. So I told he is our Amitabh Bachchan of Kolkata. Sri Ramnath Kovindji, Honorable former President of India, Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose, Honorable Governor of West Bengal, dignitaries on and off the dais, distinguished members from the chambers, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. A very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Merchant Chambers of Commerce, and our heartfelt and joyous but humble greetings to Sri Ramnath Kovindji and Dr. C.V. Ananda Boseji for sparing their invaluable time. It's not only an honor and privilege for us, but it is a matter of pride for us that you have agreed to address the members and the guests of our chambers on the ethos of the Indian Constitution, unity in diversity. We are profoundly thankful to both of you, sir. And I also thank both Honorable Sri Ramnath Kovindji and Honorable Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose. I think they need no introduction about the scholarly feats, but we are at a juncture when we need such scholars to hold the reins of democracy and uphold the sanctity of our Constitution and the spirit of secularism. Constitution is the supreme law. Its legal sanctity acts as the foundation of all other laws and governance. Fundamental doctrines are universal. Every nation sets certain principles through a set of rules that are used to govern the society or a nation at large. This set of rules have a distinguished character or guiding belief of individuals as well as institutions which become their ethos. Constitutional ethos is a set of belief or ideas which are fundamental to governance. Constitutional ethos helps us to achieve the ideas and aspirations of the Constitution of India and to create a harmonious social order of the country. When we talk about India's Constitution, considered one of the world's longest written constitution and has grown over time with a range of ethos, the three main principles that the Constitution guides are unity in diversity, upholding secularism with the existence of multilingualism, democracy for social and economic welfare, and liberty and freedom for every citizen. The preamble of the Indian Constitution explicitly added during the 1975 emergency that secularism is an integral part of the Constitution. It is a mandate that the Indian state be secular, protecting the religious freedom of all citizens. A state cannot enforce any religion on its citizens, and individuals cannot be religiously persecuted. There has to be prevention of dominance of one religion over another religion, and even prevention of dominance of one sect over another sect in the same religion. But contemporary political parties have a tendency to debate on these very basic principles of secularism, often prompting voters to vote on religious lines. Strong religious advocacy, sometimes under the garb of secularism, is a problem. But India, being a multilinguistic country with a constitution recognizing 22 official languages under its 8th schedule, with provision to protect linguistic minorities, India's pluralism has still been preserved. Every state has developed its mother tongue with full potential to conserve India's cultural wealth, and that's where India's unity in diversity succeeds. But hammering on the constitutional idea of secularism hurts the principle of democracy, hindering the participation of people in the system of governance, manipulating political representation to all, and demeaning equality of all citizens before the law. Such factors are a huge obstacle in creating India as a social welfare state and establishing social and economic democracy. But the directive principles of the state policy, an instrument of instruction that lays down the fundamentals of governance through Article 41 and Article 47 of the Constitution, has directed the state to take care of citizens' social and economical needs. Sir, we are 122-year-old chamber which started its journey in an environment of national upsurge, pre-independence. It is observed that every successive government, be it in the center or in the state, has been doing its best to provide its people social as well as financial security that fostered a population with aspirations driving the economic and social growth and even the democratic consciousness of our country. People's power has always been the main power and it continues to be so. The Chamber's prime objective has been to provide a sense of integrity, secularity and idealism to the business community of India, and we have been able to do so by the strength of our Constitution. The principles of liberty and freedom are gathering new momentum every day as we are fast progressing towards our economic goals. Magna Carta, the cornerstone of the Indian Constitution, which asks for the equality before the law for all citizens, access to public spaces for all citizens, opportunities in public employment, protection against unreasonable searches and seizures are getting newer dimensions. The objective of prohibiting deprivation and a guarantee of a dignified life is on an incremental trajectory. Hence, the ethos of our Constitution has led us to a growth which puts us among the superpowers in the globe. Our unity in diversity is our strength. This is only possible when the spirit of freedom and liberty of diverse communities in India gets enhanced and we the people of India make the anti-secular forces to fail. Secularism has been defined in different ways in our country, but it has never failed. The idea of India remains intact. With these few words, let us now hear the topic of this Constitution from the protectors of our Constitution. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, President Namit BHORER. I have been given the onerous task of introducing the two great personalities that you see here on stage, two most outstanding thought leaders of our time, two most important upholders of our sacred Constitution. Shri Ramnath Kovind was sworn in as the 14th President of India on the 12th of July 2017. A lawyer by profession, he had been the governor of the state of Bihar between August 2015 and June 2017 when he took over the highest constitutional office in the land. Shri Kovind brought to the office a rich experience of working across the spectrum of the Republic, from the grassroots in the apex court and parliament. He has been an ardent champion of equality in society and integrity in public life. He was born very humbly in the village of Parong in Kanpur in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Coming from a family of such modest means, he has led a life of struggle. He attended school and college in Kanpur. He studied commerce for bachelor's and did his law degree from Kanpur University. He was elected as a member of the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of our parliament, effective from April 1994 from Uttar Pradesh. He served 2 consecutive terms of 6 years each till March 2006. He addressed the United Nations General Assembly on the 22nd of October 2003 as a member of the Indian delegation. He served as a member on the Board of Management of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Lucknow, and also as a member on the Board of Governors of our very own Indian Institute of Management, Kolkata, here in Joka. After his election to the highest constitutional office in 2017, he discharged his duties as the first citizen of India with foresight and great humility. He has paid state visits to many a nation till June 2022, enhancing India's global outreach and rich footprint. On these state visits, he conveyed India's timeless message of unity, peace, progress, harmony, and unity in diversity. As the President of India, he has received the highest state honors from no less than 6 countries, namely Madagascar, Equatorial Guinea, Eswatini, Croatia, Bolivia, and the Republic of Guinea. As the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces of India, President Kovind made a historic visit in May 2018 to the troops he deployed at Kumar Post in Siachen, the highest battlefield in the world. We are proud, privileged, honored, and humbled, sir, by your presence today at the Merchants' Chamber of Commerce. Now, what do we tell about our beloved governor? I'm taking this liberty of calling him our beloved governor, truly beloved in the state of West Bengal. Honorable Dr. C.V. Anand Bose is a man with an illustrious career. We were talking about diversity. Once you hear about him, you would know how diverse his career has been. After completing his school from Kerala, he did his bachelor's in arts and completed his master's in English language and literature from the Kerala University. He did his PhD from the Birla Institute of Science and Technology, Pilani. He joined the civil services in 1977. He is a fellow of the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Missouri, and has also received the Jawaharlal Nehru Fellowship. He founded several movements and institutions in the field of affordable housing, good governance, science and technology, agriculture, rural development, and education. He represented India in the European Council for Nuclear Research, CERN, Geneva, and the International Fusion Energy Organization, ITER, France. He was chairman of the Atomic Energy Education Society. United Nations selected his initiatives as global best practice no less than 4 times. He, as you know, is known as the Lord of Ideas, as the man of ideas, across administrators in India and across political parties. Government of India awarded him the National Habitat Award. He was the head of the Supreme Court Committee on the treasures of Sri Padmanabh Swami Temple prior to his appointment as the Governor of West Bengal in November 2022. Sir, we are very, very gratified and enamored by your presence here at the Merchants Chamber of Commerce. May I now request Dr. C.V. Anand Bose, Honorable Governor of West Bengal, our distinguished guest, for his address, please.
Most revered, Honorable former President Ramnath Kovindji, Sri Namit Bajoria, Sri Lalit Bariwala, Srimati Preeti Surekha, Your Excellencies, the diplomats here, ladies and gentlemen and friends, I am delighted to be here to share a platform with one of the most respected and revered elder statesmen of the democratic world, our very own beloved former President, Honorable Ramnath Kovindji. When I sit before him, sit near him, I was sitting near humility writ large. As Shakespeare said, patience on a monument. He is humility in a personified. It makes me more humble. That is a message which the simplicity and honesty and integrity of this great soul disseminates among the new generation as well. I am here to dwell on the important topic, Constitution of India and unity amidst diversity. It was Lester B. Pearson, the statesman of Canada, who said, "It is easy to frame a constitution, but difficult to make it work." India has framed a constitution and made it work. The preamble to the Constitution of India says, "We the people of India, having resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and strive to seek to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, faith and worship, and equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation, do enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. We, the people of India, give to ourselves this Constitution. There never has been, there never could be, a more assertive statement of the supremacy of the people's power than the Constitution of India. Therefore, wherever we are, whatever position we hold, whatever authority we yield, let us not forget that all those authority to be dispensers of India's destiny. As Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore said, yes, Bharat Bhagya Vidhata. If anyone has given us to be the right to be the dispensers of India's destiny, it is we, the people of India. Therefore, our first duty is to the people, our second duty is to the people, our third duty is to the people. We speak about unity amidst diversity. The Constitution of India is a symbol of this concept of unity amidst diversity. India is secular, not because the Constitution says we are secular. India is secular because our cultural heritage is secular. We had a belief, a constitutional governance philosophy, which speaks Bhajajan Hitaya, Bhajajan Sukhaya. For millennia, the guiding principle of India's governance was Bhajajan Hitaya, Bhajajan Sukhaya. Years later, millennia later, when the utilitarians, John Stuart Mill and Jeremy Bentham, gave us a utilitarian philosophy, we hailed it, greatest good to the greatest number. Millennia before that, this nation believed in the supremacy of the common man. Yes, Bhajajan Sukhaya, Bhajajan Hitaya. Constitution is a symbol, the nerve center, the focal point of this concept of unity amidst diversity. I do not want to take more of your time discussing the Constitution in its analytical details. There is this episode from the biography of a great botanist. He was in the jungles of Africa with his research students. He finds a beautiful flower in the forest, enamored of it. The botanist came forward to pluck it. To his consternation, he found that the petals of the beautiful flower flew off in various directions. Stupefied when he was looking at this, adding consternation to dismay, he found what flew off in various directions were not the beautiful petals of the beautiful flower, but a group of ugly insects. These ugly insects fly back to another point, converges to another point, and the beautiful flower is again born. Whatever be the scientific the explanation for this, it may be a delirium which happened to the scientists, but when you come to the point of convergence, from there, ugliness becomes beautiful. This transformation, this metamorphosis, this alchemy, where divergence, when it converges to a common point, from divergence, convergence is born, from diversity, unity is born. That is the confluence, the focal point of confluence for this convergence of unity, diversity into unity. That is the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India is a symbol of India's unity. And what is India's unity? India's unity means everyone feeling, I belong not to the east or to the west or to the south or to the north. I belong to the whole of India, and the whole of India belongs to me. That is what the Constitution teaches us. That is the purport of the Constitution of India. Yes, the Constitution guarantees two fundamental rights. One is the right to life. The right to life is cannot be compromised. Right to life is something for which we have to take up all our defense. Then the right to be above corruption. Let us look around. In the last day in Sialda railway station, all of us were witness to the exhortation of the great Prime Minister of India. Yes, Sri Narendra Modi ji, who said, quit India. Corruption, quit India. Appeasement, quit India. There are two major forces in this holy state, corruption and violence. Under the Constitution of India, we should all rise up together and say corruption, quit Bengal, violence, quit Bengal. We should be like Sophocles in Antigone. In Sophocles' Antigone, there is a scene. Polynicus is dead. His body is waiting for a decent burial. King Creon gives a royal command, forbidding burial. Sophocles, Antigone is a sister of Polynicus. Antigone comes forward. She defies the royal command, takes a handful of dust, spreads it on the dead body of her dear brother, and gives him a symbolic burial. A symbolic burial may not be a burial, but that is what an individual can do against corruption. A symbolic burial is required. All of us under the Constitution to come together and work together. Coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. We have come together, we have kept together, we have worked together. Success is certainly ours. As from this soil, Vivekananda said, arise, awake, stop not till you reach your goal. That is what the Constitution tells us. Arise, awake, stop not till you reach your goal. Jhanda unja rahi hamara. Jai Bharat, Jai Paschim Bengal. Thank you.